So if you guys have been keeping up with my previous videos, I've been complaining all year about how mediocre a year this is for movies. Pretty much like every movie I've been really looking forward to has just, turned out to be not that good. Evil Dead, Pain and Gain, just everything seemed to have been a disappointment. Now, Star Trek Into Darkness is, of course, one of the, more hyped movies of the summer, and it would really be a shame if this one was disappointing, because, the first Star Trek, the first reboot of Star Trek in 2009, was almost unanimously loved. It did a fantastic job of, satisfying both Trekkies and non-Trekkies, just an awesome action movie and tribute to Star Trek. So was Star Trek Into Darkness another disappointment of this year? Absolutely not. I loved this movie. I even liked it better than the 2009 Star Trek, and I absolutely loved that movie. In fact, this just might be one of my favorite summer movies in a couple years. I won't get too in-depth with the plot of this movie since, spoilers do really surround it. Just like Iron Man 3, the big twist of this movie, has kind of just been known to everyone. If you don't know it yet, I of course will not spoil it because it's, a great twist. But it's kind of like with Iron Man 3, which everyone kind of just knew going in. But if you don't know it, definitely, don't try not to get it spoiled because it's awesome. But it centers around these terrorist attacks being performed by this ex-Enterprise member. These attacks get very serious, killing lots and lots of people. And Chris Pine, playing James T. Kirk, promises revenge on this person, and then it goes from there. And this villain, this person, this terrorist, is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and he is by far the best villain of this year. Jesus Christ, is he menacing. Benedict Cumberbatch plays him so well. His voice is the best voice since Bane. Every line spoken by him just has so much power, and it just gets inside your head, and it is, ugh. And the rest of the cast who plays these, characters we all love are just as good as they were how they played them in 2009. Chris Pine, who I've really not been liking at all recently, is great as Kirk. Zachary Quinto is just as awesomely passive as Spock. John Cho is still a great Sulu. Anton Yelchin is still a great Chekhov. Zoe Saldana is the only one I didn't love in this movie as Uhura, but I didn't have any problems with her. I still wanted to make out with her, but that's because of sexual reasons, not because they're so awesome and I would, figuratively kiss them. Simon Pegg is awesome as Scotty, even, they use him way better than they did in 2009. And he has a moment where the whole audience just applauded, and it's such an awesome moment. Simon Pegg plays him so well and so funny. Alice Eve is brought onto the cast, and J.J. Abrams is just a really fantastic director. He does action better than most of the people doing it right now. Every moment of this movie is badass. Every moment. There is action throughout, and it really never got tiring to me at all. One of the best things about it is I cared about every single character involved with this action. I feared for every single one of them. Even the more minor characters. I was really rooting for them, and that's what action movies need to do more. And another refreshing thing about this movie and the action is it doesn't really, glorify vengeance and revenge. It kind of, puts a sort of new perspective on it. It really refreshingly gives, these new outlooks on, hey, should we really react so fast, with revenge if we get attacked? And even if it's not a philosophy I completely agree with, it's still really refreshing. I was glad they did it. And I saw this movie in IMAX. It was one of the best movie experiences I've seen in a while. The audience clapped a lot. And, this time I actually felt myself, clapping with the audience. Usually in the movies I see where they do clap, I don't really get why, and I don't really join with them. This time I was definitely with them. And even though I'm not, like, a Star Trek fan, I've seen half of the first season, and I've really seen none of the original movies, I still feel myself falling in love with these characters, and, they do a really great job of introducing them, and not, it's not just for, Star Trek fans who will know everything about them. I love them just as much as I think I would if I was a Star Trek fan. Of course, that's not really the case, but still, I felt like I did. But yes, this is a badass movie in every sense of the word. Just an awesome, kick-ass summer blockbuster. It utilizes its characters well, it makes you care about the story, it does everything a blockbuster should do, and I hope the rest of the summer blockbuster movies this year do the same thing. I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. I was that impressed by it. Definitely gives me some optimism for the rest of the summer. So yes, please share your thoughts. Also, did you love, the new Star Trek movie? Were you disappointed by it? Some I know were. I'm messaging Brandon Vanderhigh hate comments right now because he didn't like the movie, but still, comment your thoughts and like or whatever, do that stuff. And if you got the money, see it in IMAX because it's an awesome experience. And I'll see you later.